Now, if you were to make an RPG, you would add elves in it, right? Well, if you had an FPS shooter, you're supposed to have guns in it, correct? Well, look no further. Resistance 3 has guns. That's the first thumbs up from me. But now, kidding aside, breaking into this game, I kept myself completely blank-minded I've ever played Resistance 2. And I always do that so that way I don't try to compare expectations between two games, so that way I can give a fair assessment of the game. Now, I don't, heck, when I even review games in general, I always never compare it unless I'm only bringing up elements of gameplay. That's it. I'm not going to say this game's better than the one I'm reviewing. I'm just going to say it generally what it can be comparative to. With Resistance 3, it's very heavily based off sci-fi, herp-a-derp. You know, the Carmella break Earth apart, shatter it to pieces, and you're part of a team, a resistance, that's trying to uprise against the Carmella, or Carmella? You guys know what the hell it's called. Well, these creatures are called if you played Resistance before. But long story short, they gave a lot of the weapons an overhaul. You have up to 2 to 3 levels, or star grade, with each weapon in this game, and I kind of like that. They give each weapon an extra kick, so to speak. With multiplayer, you can upgrade your weapon's power and its potency with obviously saving up your currency or your skill points, which is like up to 5 is like the second tier, I believe it is. Yeah, second tier, and then it goes on from there. Sadly, there's a disadvantage, I think, with the Resistance games. And the main thing that bothers me so far with this game is, yes, I understand there's a lot of veterans playing this game currently. The multiplayer aspect of the game is fantastic, but they kind of leave it at a disadvantage for any new players that come in. So if you haven't played the game early on, you're screwed. I mean, unlike with other competitive online shooters, you kind of have that edge because most weapons are universally decent at first. I mean, I use the marksman on multiplayer. It's okay. It's a 3-round burst. You know, isn't a very cheap weapon. It is efficient what it does. It's okay. It has a little turret. You can shoot out of the gun, and it, you know, helps you out a little bit. So it's a decent gun that helps you, gives you a little bit of an edge while you're playing against, you know, people with high tier. But of course, people with high tier can most likely take out the little turret, and it'll be useless then. But long story short, the multiplayer could have been a lot better, but it's okay. I'm not saying it's a bad experience. It was okay. With Resistance's co-op mode, I actually like it a lot. It's quite nice. It's, if you can even, of course, find a game though. But it's pretty. It was an okay experience, I'd say. I was lucky enough to get like 1 or 2 games of the co-op in. Played some of the single player. It was okay. I said fuck this, or I'll do it by myself though. So I picked the highest difficulty that was available to me out of the box with this game. Played it through that way. Very grueling, really tough, but it was really rewarding after I beat it. So then I got the new one. I got the highest difficulty to unlock, and I'm gonna do that and play it through again most likely. Which brings me to my final point with this game. I actually really enjoyed the game. It was the cinematic presentation, the depth, the atmosphere, just has this dark grittiness to it, which is really fantastic. The enemy AI is quite intelligent. I mean, they have a certain intelligence to it where they're smart and stupid at the same time, where they can screw up just as normally as a human can, and you can just catch them off guard, and it just adds a nice variety to it. The challenges in the game are quite cool too. You can do like certain tasks within the game's limits and just do these little trophy things, and I like what they make you do. I would have to say that. So it feels like the replayability is definitely there. You can replay certain levels to help finish off your achievements if you want to, which I most likely am. I'm going to try my best to get a platinum with this game, which is going to be a little bit tricky to do because like it's just how it is. When it comes to the PlayStation Move, which this is compatible with, you can see a little circle at the top there, the half a circle, little smiley face. It's never tried it, so I can't tell you what that's about. The 3D compatible aspects of this game, haven't tried it, can't tell you, don't know. This game was bundled in with that Sony 3D TV that came with the console a while back. Now it's like really cheap. have not been able to give that assessment any fair go, so I'm just gonna leave those out of the final verdict of the game. Overall, would I say get this game? Well, the first thing I would suggest to you, if you want to play this game, I would say playing 1, 2, and 3 side by side, because the games are really cheap now. However, I would say get this game if you just want to play it for an online aspect. While I did say it was a little bit of a disadvantage at first while playing the multiplayer, there's still an active community with the team deathmatch aspect anyway. If you try doing the war games, you're out of luck. Single player is really good storytelling. It was well paced. Part 2, when it comes to flowing into this one, it flows in nice. I would say that if I was to compare 2 to 3, it goes in well. Storyline makes sense, it adds up. At least for me anyway. The presentation when it comes to being immersed is there. It's definitely there. If you want to enjoy a good cinematic presentation, it's there. The gameplay length was decent. It wasn't short, it wasn't too long, it was just right kind of to me. So I kept it in a pace where I was just playing a little bit here and there to break in the game and complete it. And overall was not disappointed by any slight means whatsoever, rather. So I'd recommend this. If you can find this for at least $15 to $20, it's definitely the worth value. If you want to play it online, make sure you get it obviously brand new, because this is one of those games when it first came out you have to use an online pass, which is located in the back of the manual. So if you can find this brand new for under 20, definitely worth it if you're looking for a break from Call of Duty. Be advised though, there's a lot of cheapskate artists on this game, though multiplayer wise. This isn't me being bitchy, it's just me being straightforward. Because a lot of people who played the game for seasoned, it isn't because they're necessarily good with the game, they just figured out and known all the exploits of the game, where they can just, hide in certain aspects. So they pretty much become lazy because they're just feeding off the water buffalo of sorts. But again, worth the $20, I'd have to say, and pick it up. That's generally it. So, Resistance 3 for the PlayStation 3, an exclusive, with great presentation, gameplay is solid, great replayability with all the achievements and trophies if you're into that. Even so, it would be nice to try out the trophies, I'd say, if you were breaking into doing that type of stuff. Graphically looks fantastic, music's great, gameplay overall is enjoyable. So yeah, really good exclusive for the PlayStation 3 if you're looking to build your collection. Take it easy, folks. Oh man, touch my nipples.